Fiesta Mall is a mall located in Mesa, Arizona, and it's dying. We'll start our tour of this dying mall in the Dillards Clearance Center. Now, this was originally one of the main anchor stores of the mall, and it was a two-story Dillards. The top floor is now closed, and Dillards has turned this into strictly a clearance center. As you can see, it's still pretty dead inside this store. A lot of this stuff is just clearance stuff, or things that have been damaged, or things that have just been sitting in the Dillards stores for a long time. And if we walk over here to the escalator, we can see that the escalator is shut down and it's been walled off, and there's a sign stating no customers beyond this point. Now, believe me, I was really tempted to try and go up there, but I didn't because I didn't want to get thrown out right after getting here. Here's the other escalator, and you can see the same thing, it's closed off. Now, Fiesta Mall originally opened in 1979, and this video was recorded in September of 2016. Once we get out inside the mall, the first thing that I wanted to do was get some footage of the map and the mall directory to kind of see what was still open, and also to kind of show you guys the size of the mall and the floor plan. Now, in a second here, you will see me pan away real quick. That's because a security guard came over and told me that there was no filming in the mall, which I thought was strange. I did view the mall's code of conduct that was posted, and there was nothing mentioned about filming not being allowed. But I did have to stop here when the security guard walked up. After he left, I proceeded to play a game of cat and mouse for the next 45 minutes with the security guards while I continued to film the mall. And here we can see one of the main courtyard areas and lots of empty stores. This mall has really been declining for the last couple of years, and it's here clearly in the last moments of its death throes, as it were. There are still some things open, but most things are closed now, as you can see. Now, right next to me here is the security and information desk, and the security guard that yelled at me is actually right there behind that desk, and I'm incognito filming behind him. We still have a GNC that's open, but lots of other stuff that's closed. And then we can see a Best Buy over there. That's one of the anchor stores that's still open. And here's a empty anchor location with nothing in it and lots of empty stores around it. I grew up going to this mall in the late 80s and early 90s, and it's crazy to see it like this because when I was a kid, this place was jumping. I didn't go into the Best Buy because there were a ton of employees in there, but no customers, and I didn't want to get yelled at for filming again. I wouldn't be able to get away with it in there. Just lots and lots of empty shops. And somehow a Hot Topic remains open. Here's kind of the center of the mall where there's an elevator. And what's interesting is there's a jewelry store kind of on each corner in the center of this area, and all of the jewelry stores are somehow still open. There's a Zales, and it's still open. And right across from it, there's another jewelry store. And yet another, there's a K Jewelers. So somehow those are still in business. I don't know for how much longer, though. You can see there's just not a lot of foot traffic. And a lot of the few things that are remaining open are kind of either right near the couple of anchor stores that are still open, or at the edges near the exits. Let's take a trip and see what the upstairs looks like. Just nothing. Tons of empty stores and no foot traffic. It's really eerie. There's a Claire's that's still open, and a K-Momo, which is a local clothing store. I don't know if those exist out of the state of Arizona or not. You can see the food court right there to the right. We'll go take a look at that here in a moment. Here's the food court, and you can see it's really empty, but there's a few places still open. I did get a burrito from the place on the far left, and it was actually pretty good. But again, who knows how much longer any of those will be in business. I've never been in a mall like this before where it's dying like this. I've seen videos of it, but I've never been in one myself, and it really is a eerie feeling. And it is kind of depressing, especially when it's a mall that you grew up going to as a kid. And you can make out what some of the stores used to be. Now this was filmed on a Sunday afternoon when normally a mall would be really, really busy, but like I said, this place is dead, just not a lot going on. Now here's the Sears. This is the other anchor store that's still open, and we'll take a look inside the Sears. Now Sears can already be kind of a sad place, but the one in Fiesta Mall, it's just, again, totally eerie. There's nobody in here, just employees kind of wandering around, and me in here filming in between when they're not looking. This is another store that I grew up going into and shopping in as a kid, and so it is kind of depressing to see it like this. Just no customers as far as the eye can see. The electronics section is really sad too. Just some flat screen TVs and a lot of old boom boxes and stuff. They don't even sell video games anymore. This mall in particular used to have an awesome video game counter inside this Sears with all kinds of demo units for the NES and the SNES, and I used to sit there and play them and try out new games. All of that's long gone. Anyways, thanks for checking out my video on this dying mall, Fiesta Mall in Mesa, Arizona. Let me know if there's any dying malls in your area, and if there's any near me that I should go take a look at. Thanks for watching. Hey, thanks for checking out the first video on the Retail Archaeology channel. If you've got a few minutes, why don't you check out my other channel, Mad8 Productions, where I review vintage video games and toys. And once again, thanks for watching.